Hey everybody, it's Greg Harrelson here with Century 21, the Harrelson Group, and I just wanted to kind of share with you some additional thoughts of what's going on in the real estate market right down here in the Myrtle Beach area. You know, the Myrtle Beach real estate market has been very active, but if we look at the number of sales that's taken place, this year versus last year and maybe previous years, it's approximately 25% less sales. So in the United States right now, we're used to having around 5 million to 5.5 million sales per year. We're going to be looking at more about 4.2 million sales this particular year. So that kind of gives you an idea of how fewer sales is taking place across the country. And that holds true for the Myrtle Beach market also. So I just thought I'd let you know that. That's not a doom and gloom type of fact. It's just kind of this is where the market is. What's very interesting, though, is that we haven't seen any significant decreases in prices. There are certain pockets of our market and certain types of properties where we might seeing slight declines in pricing, but for the most part, we're seeing very stable pricing. Now, usually when you hear there's fewer sales, usually lower prices is tied to that. But the reason why we believe we're not seeing lower prices is because there may be less buyers right now in the marketplace, but there's also less sellers. So supply is low and demand is low, keeping the prices relatively the same. Of course, there's a few places where I could say prices have decreased a little bit. There's also a few areas where prices have increased a little bit. For the most part, though, there's no significant changes in pricings yet. Now, recently, just in the past week, we saw interest rates go up above 8%. Now, they have toppled back down or tumbled back down just slightly. I think it's below 8% today, but we did see it go above 8%. And I think a lot of people don't understand the true impact. Now, psychologically, yes, there's an impact, 7 versus 8. But there's also there's also another impact, and that is this. When interest rates went above 8%, it actually disqualified 5 million additional potential buyers. So, there's studies out there that say when interest rates are, say, 7%, then there's 27 million potential buyers in the market, in the country, that's qualified to buy. If the interest rates are 4%, then there might be 50 million people are qualified to buy. But when interest rates went up to 8%, the number went down to 22 million Americans are qualified to buy, which is a difference of just of 5 million buyers who cannot qualify just based on the latest little increase in interest rates. Now, the reason why I bring this up is I just want to let you know how interest rates really impact the real estate markets. The higher the interest rate, the less people can qualify. That means less demand. Typically, you would think prices are coming down. They are holding right now because supply has not increased. But the fear is that supply starts to increase. People get a little frustrated. They start putting their properties on the market. They start reducing their properties in order to price them correctly to sell a little bit faster. And then all of a sudden, inventory increases and prices come down. I can't predict the market, but that's the fear of the market at this point. So again, I just want to kind of always be the resource and just let you know when we're seeing numbers bounce around with interest rates, I wanted you to be able to kind of understand what the real impact of that is when it comes to supply and demand and how it could affect the saleability of real estate. Right now, the Myrtle Beach market is, again, very active. We are a little bit concerned with inventory rising, concerned about the days on the market is increasing. There's a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace, in the world in general, and all of those things kind of influence people's temperament and attitudes towards moving forward with buying and selling real estate. If you are thinking about selling, though, again, it can be a good time to sell because prices haven't really come down, but you got to be careful on the agent you choose. We can't just put a property in the MLS and expect the market to sell the property. It's the efforts of the real estate agents that matter most right now when the markets are a bit tougher. I feel like I'm very qualified to help you if you're thinking about selling or you're thinking about buying. I think I can give you some good advice as to what's going on in the marketplace, what we're likely to see in the near future, and give you that information to help you make good financial decisions in the area of your real estate holdings. So again, I'm Greg Harrelson, Century 21, the Harrelson Group. If there's anything I can do for you, please just reach out to me. I'd love to help you. Talk to you soon.